Hi, here's a tarot spread from a reading I did at the weekend, and I'm sharing this with permission from my weekend client. I hope that I can demonstrate to you how tarot cards, when they're laid out like this, become a map, because we're going on a journey. It's a thinking journey. My client came to me with a great idea, and he's been mulling over this idea for quite a while, but he's not making progress on it. He's feeling a bit stuck and he's not quite sure why. So we started off right here in the bottom left hand corner with a page of wands. So we're already thinking, oh, ideas, excitement, passion, and a bit of a sense of adventure. And I said, well, yeah, that's how I feel about it, but I'm not making any progress. I'm sure it's a good idea. I don't know what's holding me back. So, well, do we want to talk about emotions? And do we want to talk about a sense of choice? What's holding you back from making the choice? Do you know what all of these things are? Not all of them are perhaps as good as they first appear. There might be a bit of a sting in the tail with some of them. Yes, definitely. I've made choices before that end up backfiring, and I'm really conscious that I don't want to make a choice that causes long-term problems in the future. Oh, this makes a certain sort of sense. So there is emotion tied up in that. But what about bringing in some logic and reason and intellect? What, balancing it out? Yeah, balance out the emotion with some reasoning and logic and intellect. Well, that makes sense. I could write down pros and cons for how this is going to work. Yeah, absolutely. Do you need to win at this, at what you're doing? Well, I've always won at things that I've tried before. I always go out with the intention of succeeding and winning and being the best. But maybe that's not what I need this time. It's a different sort of plan. So there's something to think about and consider. What about if we move up here? Again, it's emotions, but maybe we need to consider what you already have in play. See all these cups that we didn't know what to choose from before? What about considering those things as things you already have? Things you can already be proud of, and a sense of achievement. Have some gratitude for the things that you already have in play. Yeah, I've got quite a lot of stuff ready. I'm all set up, ready to do this plan. I have everything I need. I'm just not making the progress on it. Do we need some more balance here? We talked about the balance between emotions and intellect. What about the balance between being grateful for what you have and appreciating that you already have the things you need, but not taking it too far, not going to excess? I do tend to be all or nothing. I can have a tendency to go all in. Do you need to with this? Do you need to be the driving force for everything? And do you need to win? Yeah, no, perhaps I could be gentler in my approach about this. Well, what about here? The moon references you going with your gut, your intuition. It's not always a cerebral choice. Sometimes the best thing you can do is to go with what your gut instinct is telling you is the right course to take. He said, I have a really strong feeling that this is a good plan. I'm really sure in my heart of hearts that I've got some good ideas here that I could bring into fruition. Right at the top, we're back to logic and reason and intellect. But here we have an image of somebody who's managing to win, but without going through the battle stage, without being combative, confrontational, face-to-face, head-to-head with people, but rather picking their own pathway through, doing something a little bit different and coming out with the spoils of war at the end of it anyway. Do you need the public challenge and the public approval and to be seen to be the winner? Said, no, this is about other people actually. For the first time I'm doing something, I'm planning something quite big that's really going to benefit other people, and it's all about what they get out of it, and at the end of it I might be able to do some charitable giving as well. So this kind of attitude of going around it a different way, forging my own path, doing something differently that I've not done before, choosing a route that's different to what I've done before, and not making me the public face makes a lot of sense. So here we have, we've had a real thinking journey, haven't we? I hope that gives you some explanation of how we can use these cards to consider a different way of thinking around a problem. At the end of this session, my client felt more comfortable with making progress, more confident to stride out with his own plan, going with his gut, knowing that it doesn't have to all be about him. He can give somebody else the limelight. He's bringing in emotion, but he's doing it in a balanced way, balancing it with reason and balancing it so it doesn't go to excess.